Listen, if you don't take absolutely nothing from this video, take this word of take this word of advice. Do not meet no man or no woman on the internet, because these people out here is crazy. What it do, VQ crew, and today I'm finna hit y'all with a story time. Now, I do not recommend, and I am not telling you to go and do what I did. I wouldn't recommend anybody doing this. Now, a disclaimer, this is just my personal experience and what I experienced doing online dating. And for me, online dating is a no-go. It's a no-go. It's like a setup. For me, it's a don't do it. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm about to tell y'all what happened on my first experience with online dating and actually like meeting this person, what I experienced and what I went through. But before I get into this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you could be a part of this family. And if you are an old subscriber, welcome back to another video. Y'all, so I had two experiences and I should have learned from the first one, like, don't do it. Like, don't do it. But I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. And I just wanted to see, you know, like, just because one experience went bad doesn't mean the other experience is going to go bad. Boy, was I wrong. When I say, this going to have y'all cracking up, this going to have y'all cracking the up. The first guy that I met, you know, he was cute or whatever. I like me some dark-skinned chocolate. You know, I love dark-skinned chocolate man. He was dark-skinned, he was chocolate. And I'm like, he cute. Like, he was cute. So, you know, we talked and we had the same interests and everything. This man was like, oh, I'm doing this. Like, he said he was like in real estate and he was in school for that. Like, this man was telling me like he had all these big dreams, all these big goals, everything. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, I'm interested in it. Like, I'm so interested in that. So we talking for a good little minute. And we ended up meeting. So we ended up meeting after, you know, we talked for a little bit. But, okay, so this is the first red flag that I should have realized. When I would be on the phone with him, he kept calling me beautiful. He's like, this is how he would say, he'd be like,
Kayla, you know, you're very beautiful.
And I was like, first time I was like, you know. Then it was like, he would say it right after he just said it. He was like, you know, you're so beautiful. Like, you have features that's like, are you mixed? And I'm like, no. Then it was like his personalities kept switching. They kept switching. Like, one minute, like, he was all like, yeah, this and that and da da da. And then he was like, and then this is what happened. And then the next time this is what, like, yeah, real soft. How your personality just changed from being like aggressive and like, and then you go to being soft and sentimental and like emotional. Like, I'm like, okay. Now the beautiful thing was like, after you did it the first time, cool. But you kept telling me like literally every sentence, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. And I'm like, I get it. Like, I get it. You think that I'm beautiful. You think I'm pretty. Thank you. I appreciate you, you know, for thinking that I'm beautiful. So we ended up meeting up. We met up at a library, y'all. We met up at a library. We get there. I ended up meeting him in a room or whatever. And when I seen him, I'm like, damn, he a little bit shorter than what he told me he was. He said he was like around like 5'8", but he looked a little short. He looked a little short.
Am I what you expected? You like?
I expected yours tall to me. But
Tall, more tall.
short to me.
Okay, so we sitting down, we talking. I got bad vibes from him too. I just was uncomfortable. I don't know. It's like I wasn't feeling it. Like, I just wasn't feeling it. Like, one minute he was like, we were talking and he was like, you think that's funny? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I don't find it funny. I'm like, okay. So I'm looking out the window. It was like these glass doors, and I could see it was two other guys that were there. And I kept seeing like two other guys that were like passing back and forth and stuff like that. And I thought they were like little kids, little teenagers or whatever. So I see this one guy, and he's just passing by, walking by, and stuff like that, smiling at me. And I ain't paying no attention because I thought he was like a little kid in high school or whatever. So I'm like, not paying him no attention. We're talking, whole time I'm bored as shit, was not feeling the conversation at all. And I'm just like, I need to go pick my kids up. I gotta go, looking at the time, ready to go. So as I'm sitting there, I'm like, what's that smell? And then the smell went away. And I'm like, okay, all right. Man, I'm just tweaking. I'm just going crazy. He talking and talking and talking. And I'm like, what is that smell? Like, it smelled like dookie diarrhea. Dookie diarrhea? Dookie diarrhea. Like, it smelled like somebody, like, had dookie on themselves. And I'm like, smelling myself. I'm like, I know I didn't pass gas. Did he just pass gas or something? I'm like, okay. I'm thinking I'm tweaking. As I'm going on, he like, and I'm like, it smelled like halitosis dookie. Like, like doo, like dookie. And I'm like, well, I'm like, okay. So for a minute, I kind of caught on like, your breath smell like dookie. Like, this man's breath was smelling like straight up dookie diarrhea. You know, we just talking, and at this point, I'm ready for the conversation to end. I'm turned off. I'm not interested at all. I'm steady smelling that doo-doo smell, and I'm like, I'm ready to go. So we got up. I kept seeing these two guys. They were following us, and they kept looking at me. So I'm looking at them too, you know, and I'm like, okay, you know, not paying them really no attention. So we get to the door or whatever, and they're like doors that, you know, the handicap doors you push. The guy ended up pushing the handicap door, and my leg got caught in it. I'm like, dang, like, you just hit me with the door. So the guy I was with, we gonna call him Zachary. The guy I wasn't with, we gonna call him BJ. So Zachary was like,
dang, like, you hit her with the door, man. Say excuse me.
And the whole time I'm like,
it's okay, I was in the way.
you know. So me and the dude, we just going back and forth, we just joking, playing and whatever. And I'm like, it's no biggie. So Zachary get mad, like Zachary mad and everything. Like, I'm talking about, he pissed off and everything, just mad. I'm sitting there like, calm down, you know, calm down, it ain't that deep. So the dude, BJ, and the Zachary, the guy I was with, they got into it. And he was like, you could, at least you could have said excuse me. He's like, man, he was like, she ain't even mad, she joking. So dude, like, what's up? Like he pulling his pants up like about to fight and stuff. And I'm like, just walk off, you know, it's cool, I'm not mad or whatever. I'm like, trying to like, what's the word? Whatever the word is, like, break up the fight or whatever. I tried to break the fight up. I'm like, I don't need no altercations. Dude was like, you don't know me. So his friends just like sitting there, they all calm and stuff. And I'm sitting there like, dude, you ain't got no vehicle. You know, you took the bus here. So I'm gonna need for you to get back in there, go sit down, because I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not about to go to jail for nobody. I'm not about to get in, you know, because this dude act like he had like some type of weapon. I'm like, I ain't getting shot for nobody. So I'm like, you get back up in there. So dude was like, I'll take your girl. What's your name? So I'm talking about dude grabbing me, and I'm like, I don't know neither one of y'all. So I'm like, I'm about to bounce. Like, I'm about to go. And dude, like, he was like mad or whatever. Like, his eyes got so raw to me. I'm like, go back up in there. Like, just go back in there. So dude was like, I'm about to take your girl. And I'm like, you ain't about to take shit, because I'm about to go home. So he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, you know, trying to, you know, diffuse. That's the word. Diffuse the fight. I'm shaking his hand. I'm like, you know, my name is Kayla. You know, I didn't mean for any of this to happen. You know, I need both of y'all to, you know, chill out. So I'm like, I'm about to go. Dude, go back in the library. I get in my car. I go. I call dude up once I got home, because I was like, you know, I wanted to apologize, because I'm like, you know, this was not supposed to have happened. Like, I was not meaning for none of this to happen or whatever. I just was trying to, you know, break up y'all argument and fight or whatever. And dude called me and was like, you supposed to have my back, I'm like, had your back? I don't even know you to have your back. He was like, you ain't take one for the team. Take one for what team? Because I ain't on what team? We ain't even a thing. He was like, I had your back and you could at least stood up for me. Like, no, I ain't finna stand up for somebody I don't even know. I don't even like you. Your breath smell like dookie. So he hangs up. He was like, don't call me ever again. I wasn't finna call you anyway. I just wanted to say sorry for, you know, the altercation that went down. But I ain't finna call you after this. Trust and believe. And I text him after that, and I'm like, I gotta be honest with you, I ain't feeling you at all. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when we were sitting there, like I said it the nicest way possible. I'm like, you had like a dookie smell. Like I was smelling something, and it didn't smell too good.
What kind of smell?
I'm like, did he just ask what kind of smell? Like, I know you smelled it in your mask, because I smelled it. And I was like, your breath had a real bad odor. It smelled bad. So he calls me, and I'm like, hello? Like, yeah. He's like,
so when you notice that smell?
Like, what? He was laughing at everything. He was like, when did you notice that I had a little smell? And I'm like, when you opened your mouth and you started talking. And then he was like,
oh, I should never ate that burger. I knew I should never ate that burger.
like that smell was not no burger smell. That ain't no burger smell. It smelled like he was like, literally before he came, like he ate a pile of boo-boo. It smelled like he been licking booty and eating dookie. And after that, and he was laughing about it. Like, he was like, that's something that could be fixed. It could be fixed. No, you ruined it. First impression is the best. You gotta make the best impression. And then after that, never called him again. I was done. I blocked him, and I'm like, I blocked him. I can't get down with it. Couldn't get down with it. I would recommend, if you meet anybody online, get a fake number. Get a fake number. Do not use your real number. I get calls from him, like just calls, and I'm like, hello, I'm going to sleep. What do you want?
I'm used to talking to you because I talk to you every night.
Niggly, we only talk for a week. What you mean every night? Like, we just sit on the phone talking. He's like, okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Then I blocked him. So I started getting calls from like this random number. They calling like back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I'm like, why are you doing this to me? Like, why? Then I get a text message from this other number. I'm like, I opened the text message up. Like, why he send me a new picture? A new picture. And I'm like, ugh, like I was so disgusted, because it's like, what did you think sending me a new picture of yourself was gonna do? Like, what did you think that was gonna do? It just makes you come off as a creep, and it makes you come off as weird. So something that I should have realized that I didn't, I asked him to say, because he told me that he was in a marriage before, and I told him to send me like his divorce decree. He ended up sending me that. What I failed to do was, I didn't read the actual the divorce thing. I just read like half of it, like where it said where he was divorced or whatever. When I started reading more into it, and the information that I got from reading that, it was all types of craziness. Like, this man was like crazy. Like, crazy. And after that, I'm like, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. At this point, if you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna get the police involved. You know, leave me alone at this point, because you crazy, and you on some weird, crazy stuff. So that is my experience from online dating. Facebook dating, online dating ain't for me. Like, be careful and cautious of who you talk to. There's crazy people out here. You know, I'm so lucky and grateful that I was able to leave the situation before it got any further. And, you know, I did, when God give you signals to leave, leave. If you're ever going to do online dating, meet in a public location. Meet in a public location. Look this person first and last name up, age, everything. Look up their background. Ask for their ID. I asked both of the guys that I went that I met up with. I had their IDs. Ask for their IDs. Get their IDs. And, you know, research every little thing that you can about them. Go look up their history of if they've been in jail. I look up things even like on sex offender websites. I look up things on there. Search every freaking web, because you never know what you can find on a person. Make sure you do your research. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time of me meeting these weirdos online, and something I would never do ever again. If you enjoyed this story time, leave a comment down below. Have you ever experienced anything similar? Have you ever went on a date with somebody and it was just like the weirdest experience? If you did, leave a comment down below, because I definitely want to hear about it. I would love to hear about it. That is it for this video. I am out, you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.